There's a little bit of paint chipping off of there on the front. Looks like just kind of like speckled along the front of the bumper there. It looks like it kind of comes all the way across the front, and I'm sure that's just like pebbles heading up from the road or something like that, right? It's kind of unavoidable in Alberta. We'll have a look inside the wheel wells. It's actually really nice and clean. Doesn't look like there's any rust or anything going on. Typically some of these older trucks, you're going to see it start to wear out around the shocks and everything too, so I like to have a good look under there. Quite a lot of tread left on the tires. And these are all seasons, so we've got the little... Now one thing I do notice is there is a crack on the windshield. It looks like it goes straight up rather than across, so you probably don't have to worry about it not passing any sort of inspection or anything like that if you were to ever take it out of province. We'll just go on the body before we go inside. I want to have a look and make sure. Oh, here's a couple little scratch right there. Oh, that's just dirt. Yeah, okay, that's okay. I really like to go over every inch of these used vehicles just to make sure we're totally transparent. If there's any chips or dings or anything like that, I want you to be fully aware of it before you come down. A little bit of a ding right in here, about the size of my fingernail. And that's just along the back left side door there. Looks like it might have had a little bit of paint touched up right there. Or it could just be part of the trim, I'm not sure. Again, we'll go into this back wheel well. We'll have a look in the bed. Everything's real nice and clean. Got the old Chevy license plate holder if you don't want to take one of our cool Infinity ones. And just have a look from underneath here. Spare tires right there. Exhaust has a little bit of rust on it, but I mean, nothing that's not typical for this age of a truck. I want to make sure this thing comes down nice and smooth too. Oh, nice. So it's got that slow, not gonna fly down and hit you. I really love those features. Overall on this side of the vehicle, I don't see really anything to worry about. I think that's just some dirt. And we can obviously take that sticker off if you want. I think it's kind of cool. I might leave it. That one's not so cool, so we'll probably take that one off for you. Let's see. And again, there's no cracks in the side windshields or anything. Or the side windows, I mean. Really nice and clean inside of these wheel wells. I'm really impressed with that. Alright, now we'll have a look inside. We'll start with the back seats. It's just a little bit easier that way. There's more controls up front. Looks like we have a spare piece that might have been taken out and replaced with something newer. Okay. This guy's gonna come down and be your cup holders. And you know, I see a little bit of dirt on the seats, but we're going to have it fully detailed for the buyer whenever they do decide to come and pick up. This is going to be brand new again. Now we'll go have a look in the front. One of the things that concerns me right away when I have a look inside is this button right here. I'm not sure why it's taped off. This is my first time seeing the vehicle, but this looks like it might be the 4x control, so I want to double check on that and make sure the 4x4 feature is obviously working and like fully functional, and why this is taped off, because like if I were to buy a 4x4 truck, I would want to make sure that the 4x4 is actually working. So leave that to me to look into. In the meantime, we'll just have a look on the inside and just have a look at all of the gauges and just everything's nice and clean. Here's a better look at that chip that I was telling you about, at the crack of the windshield. So it just comes straight up. It doesn't look like it goes across too well. It goes across on the bottom. But that, again, that's nothing that Amvic is going to ever worry about whenever they're issuing an MFA, or a motor vehicle fitness assessment. So everything's real nice and clean. Comes with these seat covers, but clearly, you know, we can definitely remove those for you. Let's have a look inside. Pretty spacious. Looks like it's got some charging stations. And this can fold back up too. And you've got a third seat up front. Looks like all the little tracking lights are working. You have no idea how many times we get used vehicles and one of them's blown out. So that's really good to see. And that is that. That is basically as much of this vehicle as I can show you. If there's any details on it that you haven't seen, oh, you know what? I can look under the hood real quick. Let's do that before ending the video.